family, welcome back to the Betting Exchange live on MSG, back off of hiatus and ready to go. What up, Katie? What up, Eric? I'm Jeff, and you are locked into MSG Network Studios, and we're ready for another day. Lot going on, NBA, NHL, everything in between. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very restored. I basically didn't do anything for the last week. I was a total couch bum. I caught up on all my television shows. I'm feeling great.
Nice. I got a little sunshine. Ooh. I'm rejuvenated, ready to get back to talking about sports betting. Let's get after it.
Yeah, you know, you should really rub it in a little bit less next time, right? And for me, you know, I'll tell you, Katie, you do nothing, you're doing something. It's good to rejuvenate and replenish all your energies to get back to it. And somebody who's an expert in that, expert in betting, is going to show us how to get back on our productive ways all the way in Vegas. Minty Bets. Minty, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. The break was nice. You know, I also got a little sun here on the West Coast, so it's been good. I missed you guys.
We missed you too. Everybody got sun except for us.
Right. Well, there was that 165-degree day that was like, whoa.
Very nice.
Transplant this for the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we're off a break now, and it's time to get this party started with the shoot-around. So the NBA has 7 games on tap tonight. So we're going to go around the league right now and talk about some of these playoff races that are heating up and everything second half of basketball NBA season in the shoot-around. Minty, I'm going to start with you. Let's talk about the Western Conference here. So the Phoenix Suns have been the #1 in the West pretty much the entire season. However, is there a team that you think can finish strong and maybe disrupt something in the Western standings?
You know, I still love the Suns to take this conference. The Warriors are obviously right up there due to their dominance and experience here. But if I had to, I would look to the Memphis Grizzlies at 11-1 for value. They're the best team against the spread, and they've got a beast in Ja Morant. Their shooting goes deep, and they're such a fun team to watch. And I'm going to toss this over to Jeff now. Miami and Chicago have just a 1-game difference, and they're both at the top of the East standings. Which team do you see challenging the Heat and Bulls for the 1 seed, Jeff?
Well, I'm not fully on the hype train. I might buy the 7-day pass, though, to the Philadelphia 76ers. Oof. I've seen them in action for only 2 games, but it's enough for me to know if that trend continues, it's going to be pretty spooky for the rest of the entire league. James Harden, first player in Sixers franchise history with the game. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists, and 5 steals. For the guy y'all say can't play defense, 5 steals. He's making it easier for everybody on that team, including Embiid, which he does not need this game to be easier for him to begin with. This is 2 MVP caliber candidates. Tyrese Maxey can operate in that offense because they're going to be focusing on him. Plays both ends of the court. Got 20 the other time, the last game against the Knicks here in the Garden. So, yeah, and they have the easiest strength of schedule between them and the Bulls and the Heat. True. So if you're looking for a team, stick with the Sixers. And I'm going to stick here with you, Eric, because we're going to ask about those Phoenix Suns. They lost point guard Chris Paul to injuries. Going until the playoffs, it's looking like all eyes are on Devin Booker. How does point book sound to you?
Man, it sounds pretty good to me. You know, obviously losing Chris Paul is a huge blow. He's one of the best point guards to play the game. But Devin Booker has been doing a fantastic job since Chris Paul's been out. He's picking up on his assists. He's adding to the scoring load and just really taking control of that game. And he doesn't have to do it by himself. He has a ton of great teammates around him. They play both ends of the basketball court, and they're really playing good ball as well. And Katie, I'm going to come to you. Yesterday, James Harden and Joel Embiid came and dominated the Knicks at MSG.
Ugh, it's painful.
With the addition of James Harden into that Sixers lineup, how much more attractive is Joel Embiid as an MVP candidate?
Well, I didn't even think Joel Embiid could get more attractive as an MVP candidate, but guess what? He is. I mean, Embiid said it himself. This duo is unstoppable, and from what we've seen so far, they are absolutely unstoppable. And Jeff, you said it best. He actually makes it easier on Embiid, which we didn't even know could possibly happen. So absolutely, I definitely think this makes him more attractive as an MVP, and I think he might be a lock into this one. I'm not sure what the odds are right now. All right, so that's what we did in the shoot around here, but let's talk about the only local team that's playing tonight. We've got the Nets taking on the Toronto Raptors. Jeff, what's your best bet for the game?
Okay, so for me, I'm going Andre Drummond over 10.5 points. It's at plus money. I love the plus money. He scored 11 plus in 4 of the last 5 games. And the Raptors are giving up about 25 points to centers over their last 7 games, too. They're going to need that additional scoring. No KD, no Kyrie, no Ben Simmons. You have to say it because he's on the roster, so they don't have him available. So with those 3 out, they're going to have to look to Seth Patty Mills and Andre Drummond. I think he can get those 11 points.
Okay.
Nice. I'm going to go with you, and I hope Andre Drummond has a double-double.
Okay.
Because I'm taking Drummond to have over 10.5 rebounds tonight. During his career, he's averaged 13.3 rebounds a game. He's getting back to his old form, playing with confidence. I think he fits in well with his Nets team, and I see him having over 10.5 rebounds tonight.
Okay, I like it. Minty, Nets and Raptors, what's your take?
Well, Toronto is on their 5th straight game on the road, and they're not doing too hot. Dead last in offensive efficiency in those games. Meanwhile, Brooklyn doesn't have, like Jeff mentioned, Kyrie, KD, or Simmons. So it's a really tough game to analyze, but the Nets are 2-12 against the spread their last 14 games at home. That's enough for me to want to lay the points with Toronto.
Okay, and I'm going to look at Seth Curry here, guys. I'm taking him over his points tonight. That's set at 16.5. So like we all said, there's no KD, there's no Irving, or Ben Simmons, even though we don't know what he would contribute at this point. Too much there. But with all those people out, I do feel like they've relied on Curry to get some points on the board. For the 5 games that he has been with the Nets, he scored 96 points, and he's averaged 19.2 points per game. So at 16.5, I know the Raptors do have a pretty decent defense, but I think that he's going to get some points on the board, so I like him over his 16.5 tonight. And what's interesting about this real quick, obviously now I feel like all the pressure is on Ben Simmons. We've seen how well Harden is doing.
Yeah.
He's got to be going through it right now.
Yeah, I bet he hopes his shoulders are stronger than his back is looking right now. So he's gonna have to contribute. So we'll see. They went all in with that trade. So we'll see what happens.
Well, hopefully he gets some help with Kyrie pretty soon. So
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we'll have to see what happens here on the Betting Exchange. You're watching the Betting Exchange live on MSG. Next up, it's Monday Motivation. You're not going to miss it. We'll be right back.